Hello, welcome to Pirates in Paradise. We thought we'd give you guys a sit down this week and have a chat with you. We've had some questions about, who we are, what made us want to live on a boat.
My name's Camille, and I'm originally from California, and I moved to Florida in 2008. And that's where I met Robert. He's originally from Oklahoma, and he moved to Florida in
2005.
2005. And we met each other sometime around 2012, and we've been together for almost 12 years. Yeah. This is really hard for me. It really is.
As you can tell, she does not have the gift of talking to a camera. She's working on it, guys.
I'm so sorry. This really sucks.
That's not a robot that does our shorts. It's her. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel a little more natural talking on the camera, I guess. Yes, I am from Oklahoma, born and raised until my late teens, and I kind of started moving around the country. Went from Oklahoma to Albuquerque, New Mexico, then to South Bend, Indiana, until I eventually settled here in Florida when I was 26 years old, I believe. And once I landed here and was introduced to scuba diving by some friends and spearfishing, I knew I found home, and I've been here ever since. Camille and I met through work, and we started dating and fell in love and got married. She already had one son, which was Tristan, and I already had two boys, which is Damien and Caden, and we all just come together to form one happy family. We lived in Cape Coral, Florida for 8 years, and we got introduced to sailing actually by my older brother. He and his wife had bought a 1977 Bayliner Buccaneer 30-foot sailboat. And at that point, I had already knew I kind of wanted to retire and live on a power catamaran. Camille and I had discussed it many times in length, and she was down for that. Well, once my brother discovered sailing and started talking about that, he kind of pointed out to me that we probably wouldn't be able to afford to do a lot of traveling on a power cat because you have to, pay for fuel and all that. And, I got to thinking about it and realized he was probably right. Started talking with Camille, and we started doing some YouTube searching on sailing. And, of course, we found the popular folks like Delos. And not long after, we found Zatara. Well, you going to come over here, Pirate, and say hi? But, we started looking into that. Wasn't long, and my brother and his wife realized they weren't going to do the sailing thing because they had a bad weekend on their sailboat, and they sold it. And shortly after that, we ended up with that boat back at our house for free. So we did what any normal person that I think would do. We started using the hell out of that boat. All 5 of us would load up in that boat, and we'd go out for weekend trips out to Cape Costa. Camille would take a vacation. We'd go do like 3 days on the Buccaneer, or we'd just do day sails. And we fell in love with sailing. We fell in love with the exploring. We fell in love with the wildlife we got to see. And it wasn't long after that I had a car accident that exacerbated a back injury I have. And that was the point where I decided it was time for us to start working towards our dream and living on a boat. So Camille and I talked about it. We put together a plan, and we started making arrangements looking for a bigger boat. And the way I see it is working for dollars, sacrificing my health wasn't worth it any longer to me. I knew at that point from a doctor telling me, sometime in my future I'm going to have a second back surgery, and they're going to need to fuse all of my lower vertebrae together, and I will be a lot less mobile at that point. So we said, heck, let's do it. Camille found guapa up in Ohio, and she kind of ticked all the boxes for us. So my brother and I did like a suicide trip in Camille's car. Went up, looked at Guapa, and you know, over the course of 48 hours, we drove from South Florida to Cleveland, Ohio. Looked at Guapa and drove back to South Florida. And what was it? A week later?
Yeah.
About a week later, Camille, myself, and my brother flew back to Ohio. Camille and I made the deal on Guapa, and so Camille flew back to Florida.
It's 4th of July.
Yeah, 4th of July weekend, 2021. Mm-hmm. And Camille flew back to Florida, and my brother and I spent 5 days prepping Guapa to make the trip from Cleveland, Ohio, back to South Florida. And of course, if y'all have watched the videos, you've seen after the first day of traveling, when my brother and I made it about 50 miles, and my brother got upset with me and decided he don't want to do the trip. So from there, I went solo and soloed Guapa the rest of the way home, which was about another 2,400 miles.
You're vibrating the table and it's moving the camera.
Okay. But so that's where we're at. What made us want to live on a boat. But anyway, yeah, Camille and I had been talking about retiring on a boat, and the whole getting physically older faster than what my age is kind of sped that up for us. And so, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. He's doing all the talking because clearly I just don't. But yeah, it was more in the terms of we were looking at being on a powerboat after we retire, and the kids were, long gone. But it changed his mind in regards to knowing the fact that we can have our family with us at the same time. And it was a little struggle for me to adapt to that because I was a little nervous. But the more that we discussed it and the more that we did more research on it, we realized that it was possible that we can actually do this. As for the boys, they adapted pretty well. It wasn't where they struggled with it. Because of the fact that we had the Buccaneer and we would do weekend trips with it, they were enjoying it. They were happy about it. They were excited about it. In regards to them going to school, they were in public school for all their lives, and due to COVID, they had to go through virtual school, and it made the transition to go to homeschool a lot easier for them.
At that point, after COVID, we had the choice to put them back in brick and mortar school or keep them in virtual school. And at that point, we were already well on our way to working on moving on to a boat, and we knew they were going to homeschool. So we decided to keep them in the virtual school, so the homeschooling transition would be that much easier. They still, from then they were doing their work on their laptops, to now we just bought laptops that weren't provided by the school, and we have an online curriculum that they do, and Camille is the teacher and grades their work and everything.
Yeah. And I've asked them if they miss, brick and mortar, if they like homeschool, if they like living on a boat. I can put a clip in here in regards to showing you guys their responses to all that. Do you miss public school?
Technically, no, but for some reason my brain does.
Why?
For some reason I perform better in public school for some reason. Even though I think I would do way better in private, but yeah.
So you like homeschooling?
Yeah.
What are your hobbies?
Video games, having a weird over imagination for some reason, and card games. Specifically nerdy ones.
Do you like living on a boat?
It's not too bad.
Do you miss public school?
No.
Why?
It's boring.
So you like homeschooling?
Yeah, a lot more because I get to sit in pajama pants all day with no shirt on doing homework.
Got you. It's not like you wear shirts anyways. What are your hobbies?
Video games, like regular teenager things.
Video games and what else?
Drawing, I guess.
You still like to draw?
I mean, yeah, I was drawing on paper earlier.
Oh, okay.
On paper, it wasn't anything else. It was specifically paper.
Okay. Okay, and do you like living on a boat?
Sure.
Do you miss public school?
Kind of.
Tell me why.
I'm kind of missing my chance for bullies so I can punch them in the face. That's my reason.
No, seriously, come on.
That's my reason.
For what?
That's my reason. I'm missing the bullies.
You're missing the bullies.
Yeah, so I can.
You do realize that you are a bully.
Ow!
Look at your brothers.
Heck, in school, I'm actually the nicest. I'm one of the nicest people there.
Okay, so
I don't bully.
So you miss school because
I'm missing my chance of punching people.
you don't like bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Do you like homeschool?
Yeah, it's better.
Why?
I have to work at my own pace.
And what are your hobbies?
Fishing, fishing, and fishing.
Of course, I already knew that one.
Why'd you ask it?
Because other people don't know that about you. Okay. And do you like living on a boat?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of fun, isn't it?
More fishing opportunities.
Of course you were going to say that one. Okay.
I'm out.
So yeah, I decided my main push for going ahead and getting a start and moved on a boat after my injury that caused the surgery and guaranteed that I'm going to have another surgery in the future. I always tell my boys, don't settle for anything less than your dreams. You know, go get what you want. Don't settle in life. And we both were settling. Yes, Camille at the time had a job she loved, and that's kind of what held us up for a while in Fort Myers Beach area. And I myself was tired of beating myself to death for dollars. You know, I worked in the construction industry. I owned my own business. I worked for other people, owned my own business, worked for other people, you know, back and forth. And I liked what I did. I loved the freedom of owning my own company. But at the same time, it was very hard on me physically. I was a small fella of about 130 pounds doing, you know, wood floor installation, carrying boxes of 3/4 inch wood that weighed as much as I did. You know, that took a toll on me. So I decided I'm not going to, you know, just talk about it and tell my kids to chase their dreams. It's time that we start chasing our dreams and lead to our kids by example.
Yeah.
So here we are on a rundown steel boat that will hopefully take us places. You know, she's a good girl. She's got a lot of spots we got to fix. We need to spend a lot of time and decent amount of money on her, but in the end, she's worth it. You know, she's a good old boat.
So, yeah, that's a little bit about us and why we decided to live on a boat and where we started our adventure. In regards to YouTube, we decided to do this so we can show our family that is back home in Oklahoma and California as well as Florida that, you know, they want to see different adventures that we're going through. This is a way for them to be able to be a part of it.
Absolutely, and at the same time, you know, I like doing the YouTube thing because we're obviously nowhere near rich. We are, you know, your working class American folks, and I want to show folks that there's definitely struggles along the way. But whether you're struggling your house on land or your sailboat, what I was saying is whether you're struggling in your land-based home or if you buy yourself a sailboat and you struggle from there, struggles are going to happen. You know, money difficulties, whatever, part of life. At least this way we're living a way we want to live. We're beginning to chase our dreams. And, you know, there's no better time than now. So I wanted to show people you can do it. You know, that's it. You can do it.
Yeah. So if you like what you heard and you want to follow along, please like, comment, or subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.
It's real family trying to live the dream, and that's that. That is our channel. That is our message. You only get one life to live. Better start living it. This here is our 3-year-old feline friend, Pirate. He is a pain in our butt, but we love him. He's a good boy. He likes to eat. He is definitely nocturnal, and he will have no problem letting you know when it's time to feed him. And that is our dude here. Every now and then he'll like some lovin's about like right now, but soon he's going to want down.